everyone, welcome. This is the big one, the final of the Vodafone Drive into the Big League, only on ET Now. 5 episodes, 10 participants. They've really exhibited their ability and their grit to truly drive into the big league. We started off with 3 eminent judges. They've given their verdict after 4 grueling laps on every episode. Now, for that big prize. What's the big prize? The logo of a company on that Vodafone McLaren Mercedes car. It can't get bigger than this. Over 5 episodes, we've identified 5 winners. We've heard some really inspiring stories of passion, of perseverance, of success. And now, bringing you to the spirit, bringing you right to the top of that pyramid. Here we are, celebrating excellence. Today is the grand finale. Yes, the culmination of what has been an exciting race on this track, on the track of success. 5 finalists today, 1 big prize. So who will that one winner be? But before we have that, let's begin the show by introducing to us our special guest for the final. He'll be joining our jury. He's the Vice Chairman of HCL, the redoubtable Vineet Nair. Put your hands together for Vineet Nair. Hi, Vineet. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
And right on to the jury table. Wonderful. So, Vineet Nair joining our jury. You've met the other members of our jury before. Vineet, as we told you, settling down, the Vice Chairman of HCL. Vineet, it's lovely to have you on the show. And already a familiar face on our show. He's been here for the last 5 episodes. They call him the father of the BPO revolution in India. Welcome, Raman Roy, who's also CMD Quattro. Our 3rd judge today, well, he's enjoying himself in Delhi, getting to know Delhi. He's also enjoying the judging. He's worked with multi-billion-dollar companies. Here he is, Chris Moss. Our 4th judge in the corporate world. We put a little bit of a spin. Now we've got someone from the world of academics from IIM Lucknow. He's a writer of 3 award-winning books, published in the Harvard Business Review. He's taught across the world, but now he's in IIM Lucknow. Please welcome Arun Kumar Jain, Professor. We started off with 3,000 participants. 10 of them got to be on television. Now the top 5. At the end of this program, there will be 1 winner. That winner will have the company logo on this Vodafone McLaren Mercedes car. Now let's meet our 5 winners. Here's the first. Ankit Chona, have more ice cream. Ankit Chona. Our 2nd finalist, Arun Karat, Director, Wings Travel Management. Our 3rd finalist, Nitin Shah. Please welcome Nitin Shah from Allied Digital Services. Our 4th finalist, the only lady in the top 10, now she's in the top 5. Surabhi Mittal from Blue Cross Laboratories. And the 5th, Vinod Muthukumar, Monarch Catalyst. Vinod! Okay, one thing certain, 5 different companies, 1 of their logos and no other logo will be on that Vodafone McLaren Mercedes-Benz car. In fact, we're going to start with Vineet Nair. He's going to give you a case study. So all the participants will get the same case study. Then we'll tell you some more rules. Over to Vineet.
First is congratulations for being here. Take a deep breath and relax. And let's imagine a situation that you are facing your senior management team. And suddenly the graphs on the screen show that you have met only 50% of what you had planned for the year. So 50% of the budget. And when you look at the data of your competition, you suddenly see that they have actually outperformed you. You also come to know from your HR head that your team is about to pack their bags and leave for competition because they have lost faith in the company's strategy and you personally. You have only 1 minute to say something to them, which they would believe in your strategy, believe in whatever you're saying, and jump up from the bed and want to work for you tomorrow so that the company can turn around. What would that 1 minute be?
absolutely clear. There should be no doubts about it. And it's so beautifully focused. Now, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give each of you 1 minute to come up with your solution, with your recommendation. The other 4 participants, for those of you watching at home, let me inform you, the other 4 participants are going into our soundproof room. So everyone gets a shot at it. So no scores today, no points, but the action is still the same. The prize is just as big. All set then, we're going to go alphabetically. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We go one at a time, but we'll begin our first round after a pit stop. We'll be back after these messages. We're back on the racetrack for this Vodafone Drive into the Big League. This is the final. We've got 5 participants and we've got 4 judges. First up today, please welcome Ankit from Ahmedabad. For all our viewers, just a quick recap of that case study from Vineet Nair. Vineet, a bullet point recap of your case study.
You've faced your management team, which is in crisis. They have lost faith in you because the company is losing compared to competition. If you have 1 minute to say something to your management team, what would that be?
And that 1 minute starts now.
This is the first time in 7 years that we have not achieved our targets. And this time I take the responsibility on myself. Somewhere along the way, I feel that in our goal to cut down our debt, we have lost that aggression, but things are about to change. We're going to raise capital. We're going to get a private equity on board, and this time, y'all are not going to be management. Y'all are going to be stakeholders in the company. Yes, there are going to be ESOPs to each one of you. And next year when we meet again, y'all are going to be stakeholders in this company, just like me. Another thing, we have been avoiding the tier 3 and tier 4 cities, where our competition has been gaining market share. We're going to enter those markets this year. I'm going to sit with the sales team and the marketing team, and we're going to make a plan just for them. Also, my production team, I know we have the best products in the market, but this time we're going to make specially something for those markets. When it comes to my IT, I need this private equity deal to go through in the next 3 months so that we can have, before our season starts, we can have the funds in place and we can rock it. And I know next year, we are going to gain all our market share back.
Inspirational stuff there from Ankit. Boy. Now, we've got some questions, okay? Who wants to go first? Yes, Raman. Raman, your question.
Ankit, interesting that you gave them opportunity to be stakeholders. Somehow I got the impression that you'll get a reaction from them saying, why didn't you do this before? How would you react to that?
So we had been toying with this idea, and we had it on the board. And they very well know that the private equity deal was going on, but we were always putting it on the back burner. These employees have been with us for a long time, and they know as a company that we are true to our word. We have always been. Most of our senior management has been with us for over 10 years. They have seen us through this growth. So when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and sometimes you have to make that, and you have it on paper. So we are not going to, do something to lose their trust. They might lose faith in the strategy, and that's something we need to realize ourselves with.
Vineet, yes?
The question which comes to my mind is, why should I believe you? And what is in it for me in this? Other than stakeholder, you're bribing me. But why should I believe you, and what is in it for me?
So you have seen us through the thick of things. You are the reason why we are here. You are this part of the senior management. And 1 year we have gone wrong. Our strategy was to target only tier 1, tier 2 cities. We are realigning ourselves. We are focused now, and that market is growing, something that we overlooked. So now I'm saying that we are going to go there. We are going to come out with low price products smaller packaging, whatever the market demands, and we're going to change that.
Mr. Chona, why didn't you tell us this before?
Well, that's why our market share has dropped, and we need to relook at that. See, mistakes are made. It's when you change that around, when you turn around, that's what really counts.
What is in it for me? I still don't have that answer. What is in it for me?
So when our company goes, see, the money part is there, and we are going to gain our market share back. 5 years from now, we are going to go public. And when we go public, you're going to have your ESOPs in place, which you can cash it in, and you're going to go into the big league. And after these changes are made, private equity comes in, we invest about 100 crores after diluting stake in our company, we are going to have that much more budgets, and that's what's going to drive us into the big league.
Chris?
Why do we stop doing our favorite ice cream, the most popular? How do we get back to doing the most popular ice creams?
I don't follow,
So we've lost market share. Something's wrong in the business. We're not focusing on the flavors right.
Right. So as I said, where we have lost market share is in the tier 3, tier 4 cities, which we overlooked. These are cities now with the Indian economy, the way it has been over the last few years, we did not focus on that. The flavors have no problem. We still are the preferred choice in the main cities. Flavors, according to me, in a blind test, hands down 80%, we have always been the preferred ice cream.
One last question, okay, for dessert, since this is the final question, from Professor Arun.
Ankit, you're in FMCG business,
Right.
which is more distribution, more marketing, more ad, more branding, all of it.
Right.
And some of the best brands in India have been the targets of MNCs.
Right.
Let's say your turnaround strategy is very successful with the sales pitch, a great one, which you just mentioned. Right. And I, as an MNC, offer you a great offering, maybe a 20, 30, 40% premium on your price.
Right.
Okay.
Will you sell your company to me?
In a single line, yes. Everything today is for sale. You just have to have the right price for that. I'm very confident, in my personal capacity, that we can turn around and we can do another business just as well. So if I get the right price, I'm for sale. As simple as that. Sorry? No. I'm just asking, as I said, on a personal thing, and as a management team too. Would I share it? Probably not. But if I do, and if they have ESOPs, I think they would also like that.
Is it fair if they call you a liar?
If they call me no, see, we turn around the company, we get a good valuation.
You mean something and you say something else. You need to sell the company if the price is right and you don't tell the management team. Is that?
No, I would tell the management, but not in the initial stages. See, it has to be out. It is something about insecurities. As an employee, you are insecure. You cannot go out there, I'm thinking of selling the company. I have to first make my base right and then tell them at the appropriate time.
Ankit, you're one of 5 participants who can have your company logo on that Vodafone McLaren Mercedes car. Boy, oh boy, this is going to be very exciting. 4 more participants to go. This is the time we need a pit stop. We'll be back. Welcome back to Vodafone Drive into the Big League. We're going to go right onto that racetrack. We finished with one of our participants, Ankit, the entrepreneur from Ahmedabad who set up a very successful ice cream company. We've got our jury here today, Vineet Nair. Vineet, thanks for being here. We've got Raman Roy, Chris Moss, and Professor Arun. That first round, boy oh boy, they were really firing those bullets. Now we meet our second participant. Remember today, 5 participants, but only 1 winner. Here's the second participant, Arun Kharat, Director, Wings Travel Management. Arun! Arun, you're not under pressure, but that case study which the jury gave to you has put your imaginary company under pressure. People want to leave, margins are down, sales are down, and you've got to inspire them in 1 minute. So your time starts now.
In this scenario, I would call for a meeting and all my team members would come.
Right, they're sitting there, address them.
Yeah. I'm going to say, come on guys, we are going to have a meeting, and you are wondering where all the chairs have gone. We are going to sit on the ground and do some groundbreaking decisions. Okay, I would like to inform you one news which will shatter you, which will shatter our team as well as everybody. We are sinking in the market, our profitability has gone down, and our competition is surging ahead of us. What we are going to do, we need to sit together and discuss and do something very fast. We have been a little bit slack, a little bit slow, so our competition has gone ahead and we could not see it going ahead. So let's come out with some innovative model and innovative strategy. The best idea would get a best innovative prize, make it as innovative as possible, confuse the market, and bring out the best in you. We'll have a party after this at an exotic location. Thanks.
Okay, party, prize, exotic location. We're having a party here. All right. We go first with Professor Arun.
Specifically, which lever will you handle first, the structural part or the systems part in this scenario which has been given to you?
An innovative marketing strategy part, a new product to be launched, of course, because the current product has slacked and put us behind.
Very specific to your business, let's say you're in the cabs business, what will you handle?
Like in my business, we had, say, the green fuel or the carpooling or bus pooling, we'd have to come out with something new because everybody has copied, and
Will
because
it
of
turn
that.
around the company?
Will it?
Turn around the company, will say.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Increase the profits. Half of the team would work on the existing business, improve the profits and restructure it. Half team would work on the new model.
Now, Chris actually ran a cab company, right, Chris? Long years ago.
Yep, many years
so
ago.
you've got some experience in the category he's in.
Yep.
Yeah, you have a question?
And my question is really not about those around the table or sitting on the ground, but it's the rest of the company, because actually without motivating them, they are going to drift away. How do you communicate down the line through them?
We would inform them, look guys, you're the same team, the same people who have got this company here. We started with 2,000 rupees with one car, now we are with 3,500 cars. We have got a good head start in the market. This is a time where you can leverage this business and take it to 30,000 plus or 3 lakh plus.
Fair enough. And Raman has a question for you.
So Arun, I'm all for the democratic way of management. What you just did is you move the monkey from your back to the back of your management team to say, come up with the ideas. You even promised a prize and an exotic location for celebration. The team is looking at your ideas. What do you want to tell them what is to be done?
The main thing I would like to tell them is about restructuring and building about profits. Currently, we are also facing the same scenario in our business now, where because of this pricing, restructuring and cost reductions, our profits and all are coming down from 20%, we are down to 18% now. So we are also battling the same issues. We just had a similar meeting around the 25th of last month.
So did any good ideas come up in that meeting?
Absolutely, it has come and it has been reviewed, and we can immediately see the difference in the next in this 15 days.
Okay, we'll have one question from Vineet.
You know, when you draw a line, you need to draw from point A. So I'm still wondering, what is the problem? And why have you not articulated the problem to your team for them to fix it? So what's the problem you're trying to fix?
It's a clear-cut thing. The team has become slow, a little sluggish, and attention on profits and on the finer nuances of business has shifted a little bit into some other areas. Hence, the core bottom line is not being monitored, and somehow it is affecting the business and the profitability, because of which it is sinking down.
And you believe a party is the solution to that problem?
Like as I said, innovation was the idea behind it, by saying that, because a new product, like even the pricing model what we have, it's the most innovative model in the market, and which is our USP actually, and that is why we have around 80% of the market share in business.
Arun, I just want to ask you, you know, the format of the show is such that you were given a short time to come up with a solution in 60 seconds. My question to you is, as a person, do you feel you need more time to come to these decisions rather than in this game show format where you're given 1 minute, 2 minutes as your style? Which one would you prefer?
A little bit more time to understand exactly where this has happened, what exactly has problem has brought us to this stage, so that we can work out on a better idea.
So Arun, you're done. We're done with 2 participants. Arun, 5 participants. Only 1 logo can go on that Vodafone, McLaren, Mercedes car. 20% chance it will be yours. But now with all that action, we'll get into a pit stop. You're watching Vodafone Drive into the Big League. We started the show with 5 participants. 2 of them, you've already heard their response to the case study presented by our jury today. Our jury is in a really tough mood today. And we've got our 3rd participant. Remember, these participants have qualified from among 3,000 who've taken part, 10 of them on television, and now the top 5. Here's the 3rd of those top 5 participants. Please welcome CMD Allied Digital Service, Nitin Shah. Nitin, you're looking very relaxed. Are you feeling relaxed?
Yeah, bit relaxed.
Okay, they want you to do a role play. So not your company, right? But Nitin, the fictitious company we've set up, under pressure, sales down, competition going ahead, all that's happening. Solution we're looking for. The judges are listening. 1 minute, your time starts.
Hi guys, as you have been hearing from me many times, there is not the lagging edge. Right now we've got a result which we can't reverse it back, but you've got to always look upon the early indicators, and it has to be a predictable. You can't go completely wrong. First, make sure that none of your guys or the sales guy got demotivated. Please induce a confidence in them. Make them believe in themselves first, then also believe in the team that they are working, and also make sure that they have a belief in the company, what we are doing. And when something is not happening well, you got to do a analysis, a win-loss analysis. Just do a genuine win-loss analysis in a very honest manner, and try to find out whether the issue is in the car or in the driver. So there is a tendency that every time, when the things don't happen or the car doesn't move, it's always the driver being blamed for that. So make sure that's not done. Try to retain the people, nevertheless, and try to do an introspection. Whether the factor inside them was responsible for poor performance or outside them. So which is the company's responsibility.
Okay, Nitin's pitched his story to his employees, and now we get another chance to judge what Nitin is all about by shooting some questions. So Vineet, you got a question for Nitin.
So Nitin, good pitch. I like it, but why should I believe you?
So whatever that you do, there has to be an honesty first thing. When you communicate, you have got to be very clear in your communication. You have to trust your people, and that's the only way that your people will also trust you. So the approach has to be very clear and not rather the blame game. But it's a lagging edge, so you got to always make sure that the next time that we have to see. And of course, win-loss analysis can get you a lot of insight.
Raman has a question for you.
So Nitin, in your entire pitch, which was linked to sales motivation, getting the guys to be up to speed, problem with the car, not necessarily only with the driver. I think while you were pointing at the problem, you focused a little on the 3 fingers pointing backward. You didn't talk about competition. You didn't talk about any aspect that the competition has overtaken. What do you think of competition in the market that you play in today?
Okay, when I look at the losses, I got to look upon the reason why, because we have created a lot of competitive advantages. Why are not they being pitched? So once we understand, there are 2 cases we don't mind. I don't mind if we lose the deal. Just number 1, if the deal is absolutely low price, somebody has taken a bigger risk and accepted the business, and if we lose that, it's okay with me. Number 2, the deal has got to be, if it is already fixed, prefixed, And I've been trying to tell people, make sure that you should sense that the deal is already fixed. So make sure that you don't put further attempt. But and no other reason that I find that that we should lose out any of the deals.
Okay, but you still didn't mention the competition is the point Raman is trying to make.
Competition, because we are very confident, we can be compared with any big competitors or the smaller competition.
Okay,
and
go ahead, finish it.
And we are very sure that when it comes to a competition smaller than us, they're very confident that we can just throw them out just by virtue of our technology capabilities. But when it comes to a larger competitors, then we make sure that they have their own weaknesses.
Nitin, we've got 2 more questions, so keep it at that. 2 more questions, one from Chris and then one from Professor Arun. Who wants to go first? Chris Moss.
Nitin, I'm interested, you hit with lots and lots of things you were going to do. I'm interested in just the one thing, the very first thing that you're going to do, the very first minute of the very first day you address them. What's that one thing going to be?
One thing that I'll do that, look upon the marketing, because marketing is like an engine where the sales follow, and stimulate the marketing, ensure that the marketing has got all the required information to be pitched to our customers, and very crisp message has got to go, make them understand who we are, and go and pitch that so clearly so that our customers really understand and identify the kind of a target segment rather than wasting time in each and every deal. So I would rather work more on marketing first.
Are you happy with that?
No, not very actually. I think that you can look for the problem, but actually shouldn't you be inspiring them all first? Shouldn't you be the one that says, guys, we're in this together, we're going to make it work together? Shouldn't you be the figurehead?
No, I think that's very important, that we don't want to get demoralized, because this is a company which we have been running for many years, and the result can't change the confidence of ours just for one such results. We are going to rebuild again, and once we understand the reason, maybe market, the path is bad, not the drive. So once you understand that where the things go wrong, you're going to create your strategy based to counteract that for the future business.
I think we have time enough for one more question to you. It will come to you from the professor, from IIM Lucknow, Professor Arun.
Nitin ji, this may not be such a hypothetical question, particularly in your business and your industry. A lot of pecking order change is happening if you look at what is this switch. But I'm looking at a future now. Let's say your turnaround strategy is successful. What will it make you do or say in the next 2 or 3 years to make the switch to become AIDS? So switch plus ADS.
Okay, we are going to make ourselves completely ready for the future challenges.
What will you do?
We have got to, of course, when I talk about that, we have got to create and get ourselves updated to the next generation technology. For example, everybody knows that cloud computing, which is very important, the mobility which is coming, social media is speaking of it.
All of them are in the cloud already switch.
No, but that's so nascent that, I rather treat it as a blessing in disguise, because a small company can adapt that much faster than the very, very large company, because I know if it is a company which is very large and coming out with a new strategy and to make people completely aligned with that is going to take huge time.
Nitin, you had to answer all those questions because I think somewhere deep down, you really want your logo to appear on that Vodafone, McLaren, Mercedes. Imagine, digital, allied digital. Wow, super, super. Nitin, very, very good. Boy, oh boy, we've played with 3 participants. We've got 2 more participants to go. Vodafone drive into the big league now needs a pit stop. Welcome back. You're watching Vodafone drive into the big league. Finalists 1, 2, 3 are done. We're left with 2 more finalists, and then we'll get the champion. And the champion company will have their logo on this Vodafone McLaren Mercedes car. Boy, that's a big prize. The jury is all set. Here they are. And now to meet our 4th finalist, Please welcome the only lady who's qualified, Surabhi Mittal, Director, Blue Cross Lab. Surabhi! Surabhi. Okay. Familiar with the case study?
Yes.
All right. Do you want Vineet to just a quick recap of the case study? At least not for you, but certainly for our viewers. Vineet, just a quick recap on that case study.
Surabhi, you find yourself in a terrible situation where the company, instead of growing, is actually degrowing. Your competition is doing much better than you. You are in front of your management team, and you have 1 minute to explain to them why they should jump up from the bed and work for you. 1 minute only.
Your 1 minute starts, Surabhi, now.
I'm here today to talk to you. You, my core team members who have put their sweat and blood in making this organization what it is. I know there are growing concerns and apprehensions about the poor performance of the company. However, I don't intend to get into the blame game. As leader of the team, I want to take the accountability of the poor performance. I would like to still touch upon few fundamental issues which have haunted us. For example, the plant expansion capex that I stalled as part of cost containment backfired when we could not increase the production capacity. Or, for example, when we undermined the competition and closed some of our headquarters thinking they'll not be able to impact us.
10 seconds to go.
We can go deeper, we can introspect more, but what I want from you is have faith in me, have faith in us. We can recover, we can do much better.
Surabhi, take some questions from our judges. Right, Vineet, you want to go first?
So, Surabhi, great that you involved your team. Good. You analyzed the problem pretty well. I was waiting to look for the solution. I mean, so why should I believe that you have a solution? So what's the solution?
Okay, the solution, for example, the headquarters which we closed, we are going to start them because cost containment cannot help in these measures, cannot help us in growth.
Okay, what more?
CapEx, for example, which we had stalled, it should be renewed because that's what the management team had proposed.
One more?
One more would be there was a product recall. And we failed because our third-party outsourcing, we did not audit them properly. So we are going to have checks and balances and SOPs going forward to ensure that all our third-party outsourcing are properly there.
And what's your second reason?
That's a great one. I'll pick up on that, Surabhi, on that connection. While it's a great thing that you took ownership, in your 1 minute, 4 different items, you took the blame, you took it really in the chin. But at the end of it, what if the employees turn around and say, therefore, you are the problem? Everything that is going wrong is something that you did wrong.
Okay, the point here is that that's why I said I don't want to get into the blame game because it's very easy for me to turn around and say, hey, you should have done this. If I was not approving, you should have followed up. You should have persevered. But if I do that, they already are, the briefing was they already have packed their bags and they're ready to move out. So that is the time to say, hey, I was wrong, give me time. And then over next few weeks, build up the confidence, renew the ties, and then probably.
Chris Moss has a question for you.
Yeah.
Chris Moss has worked in lots of multi-billion-dollar companies.
Right.
My question was very similar, actually. It was, you've been taking all the blame. It sounds as if you're about to get a package and exit. I mean, is it time for you to step down and let somebody else take over, or are you saying, still believe in me?
Okay, Chris, here the role play said, I am the owner of the company, and as owner, like head of the family, finally, whatever happens in the family, head of the family says, okay, I'll take care of it, leave it to me, but yes, if anything goes wrong, I can be blamed for it. Faith in me was the ending note. That's why, because whatever you say in the end also rings a bell. Starting point also was things have not been there, you have been contributing, but if they still feel that yes, all was my fault, probably the best thing should be that I should step down. But fact is that not many leaders take the full ownership. Employees and teams really appreciate that and they start thinking inwards after that.
All right, we have one question from the professor. Professor Arun Kumar Jain. I'm sure he's looking not for a textbook answer. Yes, Professor.
let's shift gears from inward looking to more outward looking. Let's say your competition is doing better than you. So what are 2 or 3 things that you will try to do in terms of developing your own internal capabilities in order to beat competition?
Okay. Number one, that's what one of the things was, capabilities was like the capex part that I said. The plant machinery needs to be upgraded. There was, honestly, because of the time constraint, I couldn't expand. Now, if the product shortage happens anytime in the market, competitor needs only 2 days product shortage to get into that market. And because of that, because the product was not available in the market, we gave space to the competitors to step in. So that was building capability by approving capex and letting the machine upgradation happen. Number 2, when we said that headquarters, now again, when we are saying we're discontinuing with some headquarters, sales headquarters, it's your lifeline. If you're removing some people from the field, you are, I think, limiting your capability to reach out to doctors, reaching to your target audience. So you want to strengthen that capability. Actually, yes, I agree that in a lot of things I said this because I do not want at this time, the team to think that I am trying to scapegoat somebody. If somebody is to be scapegoated, that I will be. That's my personal ethics.
So we are done with 4 of the 5 participants. Now 1 more participant to go in that final lap, and after that, jury will declare the winner. The company which will have their logo. What a proud moment on this Vodafone McLaren Mercedes car. Big, big moment coming up, but before that, a quick pit stop. For one last time, for one last lap, we welcome you back to Vodafone Drive into the Big League. You've seen 4 participants driving at breakneck speed today. They've done very well. We have our 5th finalist. Now, one of these 5 will have their company logo on the car, on this Vodafone McLaren Mercedes car. Our 5th finalist, who the judges are waiting for, here he is. He's the director, Monarch Catalyst. Here he is, Vinod Muthukumar. All right, Vinod, you're the last of the 5. You've heard the case study. Just imagine this company is going through a really tough time. Sales are down, competition putting pressure, top management want to leave. Not your company. Your company is doing very well. That's why you're here. But just imagine, role play. Okay? Do that in 1 minute, and after that, we'll pop a few questions to you, and then we'll tell you how you fared. Your 1 minute starts now.
I'm going to be addressing as if I'm the director of Monarch Catalyst Private Limited to my peers. Today, the competition is killing us. Our budgets are way low. But we have to go back to 1973 when Monarch started, when 2 PhD students thought they could change the world. They made a fearless, innovative, and different approach. And that is what we got to do today. We have to be fearless in committing to our catalyst. We have to be innovative to invent new types of catalyst. And we have to be different than our competitors by promoting our green catalyst, which is not only going to benefit ourselves, but also our customers. We need to be a catalyst service provider than a catalyst manufacturer. What I mean by that is we not only provide the catalyst, we also educate our customers in terms of using the catalyst in the right way to give better yields and better margins for our customers.
All right, that was 1 minute. We're going to have some questions. We're going to ask our jury members who's in the mood to go first. Raman is all.
You know, you spoke about innovation and creating new products, etc. But you are getting clobbered in the market right now. The solutions that you referred to while talking to your peers, as you call them, were more medium and long term. What happens in the immediate short term? They are packing their bags and leaving.
We go and give this plan to our employees as well as the management, and anything doesn't happen in terms of short term. And when we built this catalyst company, it also took us 40 years to be where we are today. So it is going to take a little bit of time in terms of probably being a catalyst service provider, but the foundation has to be laid today so that we are able to go into the big league tomorrow.
Have you seen the movie Jungle Book?
Yes.
So there is a snake there which sings the song, "Trust in me, trust in me." You almost sounded like that once I was good, and now trust me because I have these good words called FDI. It lacked specificity. It lacked a compelling vision of tomorrow which would make me not leave this room. So could you elaborate a little more on specific steps you would take to turn around this company so that I can believe in and work for you?
Our company has to probably be a service provider than a manufacturer. We are just providing the catalyst to our customers. But instead of that, we have to be a provider of services where we educate our customers in terms of giving better yields by using our catalyst, in terms of also having better profit margins, and that way in the short term maybe they use less catalyst from us, but in the long term they're going to keep buying those catalysts only from us because we have provided these services.
Chris Moss.
It's a great speech you made, and if I was there, I think, yes, I hear it, but I want to know, what is the very first thing I'm going to do on the very first day? You get back in that, what's the first thing?
I would transform from just a Monarch Catalyst Private Limited to Monarch Catalyst Service Private Limited. That is the first thing I would do. Change the name of the company so that everybody knows that we are just not here to manufacture the catalyst, but also to give a service to our customers.
All right, Professor, you've been listening intently.
Very intently, in fact, yeah. You're into B2B kind of situation, you're more in the industrial market. You sounded as if your customers are idiots. You're going to educate them, they are big daddies. So you're going to educate them, you will tell them what to do and then make more profits. That's one of the concerns. I'll also like to take you back to why in one of the earlier rounds you said you are more of a technology company rather than a chemical or a process-based company. Some of your competitors based in Jalgaon, Hyderabad, Vadodara, they call themselves a chemical company or a chemistry company. How does it differentiate? How does it make a difference if you say you are a technology company versus a chemical process-oriented company? So there are two questions what I'm asking you.
Well, ours is a very niche product, and there are only 3 competitors in the entire world who manufacture this product. And the other 2 are based in Germany, who are multinational billion-dollar companies. But, when we are competing with these billion-dollar companies, of course, in terms of capital resources, it's a very tough job. But that is where we need to position ourselves in the industry, saying that we are not just a catalyst manufacturing company. In terms of educating our customers, I'm not at all thinking that our customers are idiots or in terms of have no knowledge about the catalyst, but our only thing is we educate our customers on the use of our catalyst. There are different catalysts available in the market, but our catalyst, we'll be able to project to them not only through...
Then in the first place, why did you lose your market share?
No, I'm in terms of newer technology of catalyst. What we are trying...
But in the first place, if your product is so good and you're so service-oriented, why did you lose?
No, we are not service-oriented right now. I mean, that is what I'm trying to say, is that the future is more in terms of a service-oriented catalyst manufacturer than just a catalyst manufacturer who's providing you that catalyst.
So Vinod, that's the finish line for you. In fact, for all the participants, well, there you have it. 3,000 participants, you watched the top 5 today. Wow, that was exciting. Vinod, well played. Thank you for playing here, Vinod. Big moment for our very eminent jury. Your time to start judging, writing, discussing starts now. All right, the jury, the judges, you've all done very well. And now for the big moment. All our 5 participants are behind. 3 names will come up here, the top 3. So Professor will announce the first name. Alphabetically, the first name, Professor Arun, yes.
Ankit Chona, MD, have more ice cream.
Ankit, have more ice creams. Ankit, well done. Ankit, superb. Now, we're going alphabetically. The second name, the second of our super finalists, Chris Moss.
Second name is Nitin Shah, CMD Allied Digital Services.
Nitin Shah. Oh, Nitin. Wonderful. Ankit, Nitin. And our third and last super finalist, Raman.
Is Surabhi Mittal, Blue Cross Laboratories.
Whoa. Wonderful. We have Ankit, Nitin, we got Surabhi. We have our guest judge today, Vineet Nair. But before he announces the name of the winner, on behalf of all of us here and all of you watching, we've had a crackling team of judges and it's really made the program what it is. So I want to thank Professor Arun, Chris Moss and Raman. Thank you so much. You've been a wonderful, wonderful jury. And Vineet, give us the one name of these 3 successful entrepreneurs champions who has not won.
So first is on behalf of jury, we think all 3 of you have won. But since there is only space for 1 logo and it can't be our names. So Lunchbox has happened to one of you, didn't make it to Oscars, which unfortunately is Nitin Shah.
All right, Nitin, but doesn't matter. Thank you, Nitin. We're going to have 1 of 2 logos. It's Have More Ice Cream or it's Blue Cross Lab. It's Ahmedabad or it's Mumbai. So, Vineet.
So the difference was only 1 mark.
Oh.
And the jury had a lot of tough time. But finally, we hallucinated about a sweet ice cream. So the winner is Ankit Chona. Have More Ice Cream.
Whoa! Whoa! Very well done, man. Super! Absolutely wonderful. Awesome. Just be right here. Wonderful. So congratulations, you've won the finals, the big prize of the Vodafone Drive into the Big League, the winner of season 3. You've won the ultimate prize on television. The logo of your company is now going to be on that Vodafone McLaren Mercedes car. Wonderful! It's a lifetime opportunity to also enjoy a Vodafone McLaren Mercedes experience at an up-and-coming race coming soon in October. This is all very exciting. At this stage, may I invite Sufal Mehrotra, Vice President, National Corporate, Vodafone Business Services, to do the honors. We also have the winner last season, season 2. He's here with us, S. Rajkumar, COO and Director, Sequel Logistics, whose logo was on the car, to congratulate the winner of the season. This is absolutely the big moment. Wonderful! The logo, it's already there.